Hello and welcome to the Titus Timeout podcast. I'm Jenny Abney-Civey, and this week I'm going to discuss metric sizing on grills, registers, and diffusers. When I was in high school, I was told that I need to know metric because the U.S. was going to convert to the metric system any day now. So now, quite a few years later, I'm still waiting for the conversion. That said, we are often asked about supplying metric-sized grills and diffusers, so we offer many of our popular diffusers, like the Omni, TMS, TDC, and perforated diffusers, in metric sizes. So before I get into the specifics, let's define the two types of metric. There is hard metric, which means the metric dimension meets the metric requirement exactly. And there's soft metric, which means the imperial dimension has been converted to a metric dimension. What determines whether a dimension is hard or soft metric is really about how it's made. Things that are tooled, meaning that we've got dies or other equipment that make that thing specifically, will usually be soft metric, and things that are done manually or can be easily adjusted in our manufacturing process are hard metric. So let's draw a quick diffuser here. Put in the back pan. We'll make it an Omni. There's the face. Okay, on a metric diffuser, the module size, which is the outside of the back pan here, is hard metric. It lays into a sealing grid that is a metric dimension. The inlet, which is produced by tooling that is not adjustable, is soft metric. So our hard metric dimension may be like 600 millimeters for the sealing grid size, where the soft metric inlet dimension would be 8 inches times 25.4, which is how many millimeters are in an inch, which gives us 203 millimeters. So let me make a little more room on this page. So common metric module sizes, 600 by 600 is the one I've already said. That's equivalent to about 24 by 24 inches. 300 by 300 millimeter is equivalent to about a 12 by 12 sealing grid. And then there's also 500 by 500 millimeter, which is about 20 by 20, which we make in our Omni primarily. For these module sizes, we make the imperial size diffuser, say 24 by 24, and then we trim it off to be 600 by 600 millimeter module. Other module sizes are harder to trim. For instance, a 1200 by 600 module would require us to start with a 48 by 24 diffuser module. The 24-inch side would need about 3/16 of an inch trimmed off, but the 48-inch side would need to be trimmed off by 3/4 of an inch, which is pretty much the whole flange of the diffuser frame. So some sizes of diffusers are harder to make into metric sizes. So grills are pretty easy to make in metric sizes. Since they come in 1/4-inch increments, you can get pretty close to the hard metric dimension you need just by ordering the correct size. To size metric grills, you convert the millimeter you need into inches by dividing by 25.4 and then round down to the nearest 1/4 inch. So for 350 by 150 millimeter grill, you take 350 divided by 25.4 gives you 13.779, and you'll round that down to 13.75. Now if you look at this, 13.75 times 25.4 gives you 349.25 millimeters. So you can see we're off by just 0.75 millimeters. One millimeter is approximately 8 sheets of paper. On this 350 millimeter dimension, we're off by about 6 sheets of paper. Now on the 150 millimeter side, let's do the same thing. And that equals 5.905, which will round down to 5.75. These are both inches. So 5.75 times the 25.4 millimeters in an inch gives us 146.05. So this one's off by a little bit more. It's off by about 4 millimeters, and that comes up to about 32 sheets of paper. If you're thinking in inches, that's about 3/16 of an inch. So that's not actually a whole lot. Let me make a little bit of room here. So this 350 millimeter by 150 millimeter grill would be ordered as a 13.75 by a 5.75 inch grill. Linear diffusers are sized the same way as grills, except you round down to the nearest 16th inch, so they're even closer to the hard metric size you need. So that's how you get metric grills and diffusers. I want to give a big thanks to Mark Costello, our GRD product manager, who put this podcast together for me. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for taking a time out with us.